Hello and welcome back to video 2 of Module 2. In this video, we're going to be talking how to approach the hot and warm market contacts. Now remember, we are in the first hour of getting somebody started in your business, and you can also listen to this module from the perspective of you actually approaching your own hot and warm market. Now, first of all, we're making a list of top 20 people when somebody first joins our business with them. Or if you haven't done this already, make a quick list of 20 people that pop into your head right now that you haven't already approached and that they actually are somebody who are ready to transform their lives. So these people, again, they may not be your best friends and closest family, but they are the top people you already have an existing relationship with, that also have a circle of influence and want to actually transform their lives, right? And we talked a little bit about a few questions that you can ask yourself to create a list of top 20 in just a previous video. So if you want to go and watch it right now, go and watch video 1 of module 2 to understand more about the questions you can ask yourself to create a list of top 20. To approach your top 20, we're going to be using the rapid mobilization strategy you learned in Module 1, Step 1, 2, and 3. And here's the graphic to remind you how, right? So this was simply, to call them up and ask them to watch a video. Now, let's talk specifically about the differences between hot market and warm market. And potentially, the list of top 20, you may have a mixture of hot market and warm market. And there's a slight difference there about how we approach them. Now, your hot market first, these are your closest friends and family. These are people that you really know the best. And your aim is to get 10 of these people to use your product so that you can get your return on investment on your investment that you've actually created your business with, right? So not necessarily do we want to pretend just because somebody is our closest friend or family that they have to actually go in business with us and become our biggest leader. But certainly you can aim to get 10 of these people to get your product users, right? And so the steps for that is that you make a list of 20 to 30 hot prospects, meaning your closest family and friends, and that you call them all within the first 7 days of your business. And there's a specific script that we're going to be using. Now, the hot market script is quite different to the 3-step rapid mobilization. So hear me out here because it's very important you actually use this. When you call somebody from your family up, you're not going to be saying, "Hey mom, if I could show you so that you can retire, would you watch a video?" I think that is a little bit artificial. So I think it's much more authentic to actually call your friends and family up and say, "Look, mom, I really need your help, right? I just started this business and I need to get 10 people to try my product or service, right? And would you be able to try the product and give me your feedback? Would you just help me out? Would you just order this product for a month and help me out?" So you're not asking your mother to sign up with the biggest package of, $2,000 with all the products or services. You're just asking your mom to get started with using the product. And guess what? By you getting 10 people to do that, you will actually most probably get your return on investment with your business. This is also the basis of you actually creating some product users, which is very, very important. So it is not exclusive that some of these people in the hot market, later, because they see what you're doing and because you're educating them as they're using the product, may actually become your biggest leaders. It is possible. But I think we actually need to take a little bit of a different approach with people who we really know the best from the people who are in our warm market. So make sure you go ahead and try this. This is very effective, and I know that it will actually give you results. It will give you a base income each and every single month, and you'll get your return on investment. Now, your warm market are basically people who you have either contact with each and every single day, week, or perhaps you've been in contact with over the years. So these are people that you have an existing relationship with. See, for warm market, we aim to have an existing list that we make right at the beginning of our business, which is at least 200 people long. And, studies have shown that all of us actually know over 2,000 people. So it would be pretty simple today to just look at your Facebook list or your email list or perhaps your phone and actually write down a list of 200 people. Now, with some of these people, you will actually need to rekindle relationships, meaning you've lost touch, meaning you've perhaps gone to school with them or to university and you've lost touch in the recent years. So you need to go ahead and first rekindle those friendships by using FORM. The family, occupation, recreation, money acronym actually stands for you asking questions about those 4 areas of their life: family, occupation, recreation, money, and finding out what are some of their current dreams and goals and where are they at in their life, and what are some of the reasons that they actually want to change their life and how they want to change it, right? So you need to go ahead and just rekindle some of those relationships. And the aim really is to create a long list of prospects. And when we're writing down a warm list of prospects, the aim really is to not prejudge. And guess what? This will perhaps last you a few weeks into your business. And it's very important that when you're first writing down this list, it is not only people that you think will be good for this business. And we all make this mistake, it is really all about everybody that you know. And what we're going to be doing is actually calling 3 of these people per day. So this list will last you for a while. But of course, remember to rekindle relationships first. So again, your warm market is all about writing down everybody you know. And in a minute, we're going to talk about how to prioritize who to speak on first. And it's all about actually rekindling those relationships and getting them to the stage where you actually know what these people want and dream of, and you can actually introduce the business in terms of their dreams. Now, the warm market script goes the following. It is still all to do with 3-step rapid mobilization that we introduced to you in Module 1. But there's a slight difference to how I do, especially the first couple of 100 people that have been my friends or that are my acquaintances. I would say something like this: hey, you're one of the first people that I share this with because I really respect and trust you. I wanted you to be one of the first people I share this with, or one of the first people to know, and then go ahead and just go into the 3-step rapid mobilization, share the business with them. But you need to make them feel special, and especially for those first couple of weeks in your business, as you're launching your business, as you're focusing on, exposing your business to as many people as possible. This can be a very effective script. But stick to the 3-step rapid mobilization after you say this, and make sure you're using the tool, meaning the video, the website, rather than you doing the presentation. That's very important. Remember, we're talking about duplication in this course, and everything I'm teaching you is for the purpose of somebody you sponsor being able to repeat it tomorrow, somebody be able to duplicate it, right? So once you're approaching your warm market, let's now talk about how to actually make that warm market list, how to make it a great list, and who do we actually speak with first, and how do we prioritize that? Well, first of all, we should be using a memory jogger, and in this course, in the tools section, you can actually go ahead and look for the memory jogger. It's an extensive list of different words, different professions, different places that you can go through and trigger your memory to write down the people that you've met in these places, or perhaps are a certain profession. So use a memory jogger to make a list of at least 200 people. Don't prejudge. Like we said, making a list, it's all about writing it first down. You can write it down on paper, you can write it down on a computer, but actually creating a database. The longer your list, the bigger your capital. And guess what? I know that you've heard this, but it is true. The longer your list, the greater your confidence in your business. See, when we have a short list, we're so scared to actually call people and approach them, because we know the names are scarce. There's not a lot of names on our list, and so we don't want to actually finish the list. One of the biggest fears network marketers have is to finish the list and not have anyone to speak to. So make that list long, and that means at least 200 names, and don't prejudge. That's how easy it needs to be. We're going to talk about, how hot market contacts will absolutely go first. And we talked just a minute ago how we actually have a slightly different script that we use. And then, of course, all the warm market contacts. And we're now going to talk about how we actually prioritize warm market contacts and how we organize our list. So let's talk a little bit about that. So using the memory jogger, we have written down at least 200 names. And like I said, you can use our online PDF tool for a memory jogger and just go through it step by step. And then you are going to organize your list. You're going to organize it geographically first. And in terms of geography, you're going to organize people who live in your local area, that is within the city or within 45 minutes or so drive from where you live. You're gonna then organize people who live in your country, and then people who live internationally. So that's the first way to organize your list. And that's important because you actually want to first approach people that live locally. So that's the first one. The second way to organize your list is in terms of influence that the people on the list have. So when you're making your list, you will probably know who are the people that have the most influence, who are the people that have medium influence, or perhaps, an influence similar to yourself, and who are the people who have absolutely no influence. For example, if you have an 18-year-old nephew who is, just finished school, young people unfortunately don't often have a lot of influence, right? And so on. So that's just a very simple example. Now, also, you should perhaps think about the desire these people have to change their life. So perhaps you know somebody that right now really needs to create a secondary income, really needs to change their life because there's something that's happened. Perhaps they lost their job or something happened. So these are the three categories how you actually organize your list: geographically, influence, and desire. And then you give what we call the 3-star criteria. So you organize your list and you go through step by step each name on your list, and you either give it 1, 2, or 3 stars. And the way that we do that is we actually think about people who are local to us, people who we have the best relationships with, and people who have the largest influence and the greatest desire to change their life. The people who have all that, we put 3 stars next to their name. And the people who have 2 stars, perhaps some of them live locally, but perhaps don't have very big influence, and so on. So you put, you organize your list and you rate it in terms of 3, 2, and 1 stars. And then what you simply do is you're going to be approaching people with 3 stars first. So out of 200 names, perhaps 30 or 50 people have 3 stars. So these are the people that you're going to be approaching first. And then you're going to move on to people with 2 stars, and then to people with 1 star. And in this way, you know that you're approaching the most valuable contacts first. So who are the people with 3 stars? People who live locally, who you have the best relationship with, who they have the largest circles of influence, and who have the most desire to change their life. Those are the best contacts to approach first. Now, as you've organized your list and as you're starting to go through the list, it is really important to continue to add to the list. So, the first list could be 200 names long, but remember that we're saying each day we need to take 3 names off the list by talking to them, right? To actually invite them to have a look at our business. So I suggest you add at least 3 to 5 names each and every single day to your list. And you're probably asking yourself, well, how do I do that? Well, in the coming modules, we're going to be teaching you several different strategies how you can do that. And it's important that you keep adding to the list so your list never runs out, correct? So that's how we are going to be doing that. Now, you will also identify there's some people who you really don't want to be talking to. You're quite scared to talk to them, perhaps your boss at your work or somebody like that. We call them the chicken list. Now, these people could potentially be people who have large circles of influence, but we don't feel that we have enough influence over them to approach them first. And we're going to be talking in the next module how we actually approach this type of person successfully and give ourselves the best chance of actually showing the right vision to this person. So prioritize and organize your list. Write a list that is 200 names long. Organize it in terms of 3-star criteria, and then go ahead and approach the people that you've rated with 3 stars first. So in this video, we talked about how to approach your top 20, how to approach your hot market, and how to approach your warm market, and how to organize your list. So this is going to give you a head start so that you can actually continuously and consistently approach 3 people per day for your business. Remember, use the 3-step rapid mobilization and stay consistent in your action.